Oh, hey there, Remy. Where are you going? Previously on the Golden Trail World Series. On the hottest day in the history of the Zegama Iskori Marathon, Killinger Ned got the lead early after the start and had control of the competition from there to grab his 9th victory in Zegama. Bartholomew and Thibaut ran together for the whole race, pushing each other's limits to the finish line. Bart took the 2nd position while Thibaut ended 3rd. On the women's side, Eliane was the surprise of the day, running a brilliant race to win in her very first appearance in Zegama. Elisa Desco and Amandine Ferraro had a very tight race for the 2nd place. Finally, Elisa took it and Amandine ended 3rd. After Zegama, this is the situation on the leaderboard. In the men's competition, Killinger Ned is leading with 100 points, followed by Bartholomew, Thibaut, Stian and Alejandro. Eliane is leading in the women's leaderboard, followed by Elisa, Amandine, Gisela and Oyana. We're expecting to see some significant changes after the Mont Blanc Marathon.
Bonjour, welcome to the 2nd stop of the Trail Running World Series. We are here in Chamonix Valley, just in front of Mont Blanc. And those two guys behind, they have an interesting story to tell. So one is a scientist from Geneva, and he really wanted to know how high Mont Blanc is. And he put out a prize. And after 20 years of trying and trying, finally, a local mountain guide from Chamonix Valley and his friend, a doctor, they reached the top. And they wrote history with that. And I really think that tomorrow, here, history will be written at the 2nd stop of the Trail Running World Series.
Mont Blanc is the highest peak of the Alps, also known as the roof of Europe. It forms part of the French border with Italy, and with no doubt is one of nature's most spectacular sights in the world. First discovered as a tourist destination by the British, it has become a wintertime playground for the most demanding skiers, and during the summer, lift-accessible trails offer thrilling panoramas to hikers. Hosting one of the most important races of the year, Chamonix is the mecca of outdoor sports. With that being said, the Marathon du Mont Blanc is the place to be.
And then we're starting in an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah. I like the mornings, but I don't usually wake up this early.
So here we are in the center of Chamonix, and athletes are getting ready. It's like 20 to 6. So the start was earlier than expected. It's cooler, it's cool, and see you soon at the start.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to the live coverage of the Marathon du Mont Blanc. The race will be starting in a few minutes. If you're just joining us now, it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. It's earlier than usual because the race organization decided last night to move the race 1 hour forward due to the high temperatures we are having this weekend here in Southern Europe. I believe it's a right call, and I'm sure that the runners will appreciate it too. The temperature at the moment is 20 degrees, but we're expecting temperatures above 35 during the day. We have Martina down there in the start line with the athletes. Back to you, Martina.
Here we are from the start line of Chamonix. As you can easily recognize, the top 20 of both males and females is crazy, so we really don't know who's gonna win this race. Yeah, let's see what the young are saying.
Yeah, it's so pretty. My goal is to trip on my feet a lot because then it means I am appreciating the beauty.
Okay, have fun. He's too nervous all the time, so I don't ask him anything. So everyone is asking, do you normally wear underwear for these kind of races?
No, I'm naked.
Yeah,
Yeah, under my shirt.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's the reason why you run fast.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very light today.
All right.
Thanks Martina for the inside view. Alright then, everything is ready. The athletes are in position. The crowd is ready too, and this will go off anytime now. And the countdown begins. The race will start in 3, 2, 1, go! And it's on! The 2019 Marathon du Mont Blanc has just started. Andy started fired up, playing a different strategy from the rest of the runners. He's on the lead and is taking advantage. Davide is on the second group, while Azara Garcia is leading the women's race. Let's take a look at the race specs for today. L'Aiguille Verte, La Marque de Glace, and La Jonction make of Chamonix the magical place. The course starts in the valley of the legendary Chamonix. The first part of the race is very fast. This side of the valley is on the shade early in the morning, so the runners shouldn't struggle too much with the heat. It's almost a flat track with a mellow uphill taking in the towns of Argentière and Valourcine. At this point, they find the first big climb of the race to Aiguillette des Possets. It's the highest point of the trail right before the single-track technical downhill to Tres Les Champs. From Tres Les Champs, the uphill starts again, and some runners will have to play it smart. It's here where we might see some changes on the lead. Once they get to La Flagère, they will be rewarded with the amazing views of the Mont Blanc range, all the way to the finish line located at Plain-Prats. And here we see Andy Wacker running solo. He's got a good advantage over the other guys. Let's see how long he can hold this pace. Now let's take a look at the potential winners of this race. Stian Argemund from Norway, Davide Magnini and Nader Magued, both from Italy, Bartolomé from Poland and Remy Bonnet from Switzerland, amongst other world-class athletes. Oh man, looking at these names, anyone could take it. It's crazy the level we have today. Here's the leaders on the women's race. Azara started the race very strong, but it seems that Sylvia is not afraid to match her pace. Let's take a look at the women's potential winners list. Ruth Croft from New Zealand is back in the Golden Trail World Series. Megan Kimmel from the United States of America, Silvia Rampazzo from Italy, Azara Garcia from Spain, and Eliane from Norway, the current leader of the Golden Trail World Series. The standard of this race couldn't really be any better. It's so good to have the best runners in the world for this Marathon du Mont Blanc. It's 7 in the morning and we are in Valourcine. If I'm not wrong, there's supposed to be a fan zone here. I hope people woke up in time to cheer the athletes. Oh, here they are. Ready to hit those drums and make some noise to help the athletes face the biggest uphill of the race. Let's connect with Martina to see what's going on down there.
So we are going to Valourcine, is the fan zone, and it's the place where most of the people from Chamonix is coming to cheer at the Mont Blanc Marathon. Andy Walker is still leading and is actually increasing the lead. We will see what will happen in the coming climb because it's the first one of the race, and maybe things are gonna change.
Yo man, you don't even stop at the aid stations? What's your secret?
I like a lot of different parts of this course because I prefer faster running, and I think there's many fast parts on this course. So there's fast, flatter section in the beginning, but I also enjoy the climb up to Flagère.
Yeah, for sure the US guys at the beginning will start like crazy, I think. But I think to keep the pace until the end is another story. So yeah, there is maybe 10 people really strong like Stian, Bart, also the young Davide Manini.
Well, what am I gonna say? Killian is not here, but the rest are. Every goddamn runner is here.
I think I have to let them go, but not let them run too far away. So we'll see. We have some uphill, so hopefully I can catch up with the fastest people there.
at Valacine, I passed Ali going into the aid station, and I think Megan also, and I was climbing with Megan for a bit, and then she passed me, and then I passed her back. And then up ahead, I could see Sylvia and Azara.
Yeah, Ellie, she did a really good Sagama, so I think she's in really good shape, and she proved that she's capable of this distance as well. And then we also know Megan, she's a good runner, and Ruth Croft, of course.
I think all of them are strong, and I'm just gonna focus to do my own race. And yeah, if the other girls are running faster, then they're faster than me.
Andy Wacker just came by, still in the lead. Davide Magnini is following close, but everyone is right there, chasing the leader, and they are about to approach the first climb of the race, so everything can change. And in the female race, it's super exciting because they are all together, all in small groups. Azara Garcia was leading, Silvia Rampazzo was second, and then after that, there's just the war.
Thanks, Martina. The runners are about to summit the first climb of the race, and we will see some changes in the lead. Andy started very fast and has a solid advantage coming up the Col d'Espacette, and we will see if he can hold on to it after the climb. Behind him, we have Davide and Remy pushing really hard to try and cut down the gap between them and Andy. In the women's, Azara Garcia is still in the lead, but Silvia Rampazzo is second right behind her, and not too far back we have Ruth Croft, Megan Kimmel, Amandine Ferraro and Eliane battling for that third spot. And here we see Andy Wacker. He's still leading the race with a gap of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is truly amazing. It's an incredible achievement for a road runner. He managed to stay in the lead after the climb and only losing 20 seconds against the best climbers in the world. We will see if he can do well on the downhill to Le Tour, because he knows that Davide and Nadir were not so far behind. Davide is trying to close the gap between him and Andy. He's a good downhill runner, so this is the place where he will try to push it a bit harder and narrow that gap. I'm sure Davide knows that if Andy makes it to La Flégère in the first position, he will have a good chance of winning the race. Let's see if he can catch Andy. As we can see, Davide is not the only one trying to close a gap. Here we have Remy flying over the narrow trail of Aguillet d'Espacette, trying to catch Andy and Davide. Oh, hi there, Remy. Come on, dude. Go get him. As we can see, the gap between Remy and Davide is not that big. Maybe we will see Remy catching Davide in a bit. And here Thibaut, Nadir and Bart are fighting as well to be in the leading group. The race is not decided at all. Back down at Le Tour, Andy's still first, but we can see that Remy passed Davide during the downhill. Behind them we have Nadir, Thibaut and Bart pushing real hard and trying to narrow the gap with the top three. We're so excited to see what happens on the next uphill.
It's 9 a.m. We are at the finish line. The shade of Mont Blanc is not there anymore, so it's gonna be hot really soon.
Azara and Sylvia are still having a very tight battle. It looks like Sylvia is trying to make an attack, but she ain't committing yet. They ran together for half of the race. It's impressive how hard Azara was pushing and the ability of Sylvia to keep it up. This seems like a very technical terrain though. Oh. Wait a second. Here you go, Sylvia Rampazzo making the move and overtaking Azara. And there she goes, Sylvia, really patient, waiting for the exact moment to attack, and she finally did up here in the Col des Posettes. Now we can see she's pushing even harder than before. Look how far she is now from Azara, it's amazing. Azara seems a bit tired, maybe she's paying the bill for going at a fast pace from the early stages of the race. What an amazing moment, as we can see, Sylvia's pushing harder as the downhill starts, not looking back at all. She knows it's now or never.
Look at this place, most beautiful in the world.
I'm running for fun.
Just for fun, challenge. I'm 40 years old, so I wanted to do something special. I saw this race on TV last year, and I decided to make it.
This place is significant for one reason. When the masses get to Col des Posettes, the pro runners will be crossing the finish line. So, just to look at the bigger picture, while a pro runner is finishing the race, a regular day-to-day runner will still have 21 kilometers to go. Welcome back to the live coverage of the Marathon du Mont Blanc. Back in the men's race, the athletes already passed Latour and are about to face the second hill of the race. Oh, whoa, 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 it looks like Remy's making a move, and there he goes. He takes the lead from Andy Wacker. We knew this could happen at some point. Now let's see if Andy can fight him back. It looks like Andy tried to make a move again, but he must be exhausted. He's feeling the pain now. Well, he'd better keep moving because he's got Davide coming really fast from behind.
Everything can change on the second uphill from Les Tours to La Flégère. That section is really hard because you start to feel a lot the warmth.
Davide is climbing real fast. He passed Andy Wacker and now he's almost inside Remy's shoes. Look at him. Whoa, amazing strategy from the young Italian, overtaking Remy on the last hill.
So the Italians are on fire. Davide Magnini, Silvia Rampazzo are leading the men and the female course. So we really don't know who's gonna be the winner in the both categories. We know that Nadir Maguet is now third and Remy Bonnet is still second, but we have to see because Nadir looks really strong. So for the women's race, Silvia Rampazzo is now leading and she has almost 3 minutes gap to Ruth Croft, and then they're all really close. Megan Kimmel, Eliane, Azara Garcia, so we really don't know who's gonna be in the podium at the end.
Now Davide is running solo and he can see the finish line from here. He's almost done, a few more kilometers, and hold on a second, we have a lead change on the women's race. We can't see it, but Ruth Croft passed Silvia Rampazzo. We will see how it ends. Meanwhile, at the finish line in Plampras, Davide Magnini is about to win the Marathon du Mont Blanc. The 22-year-old Italian opened up a huge gap and will win the race in 3 hours 47 minutes and 13 seconds. And 7 minutes later, one of the rookies, Nadir Maged, finishes second. This was his first ever trail marathon. The future of the sport is looking bright. Yeah, I know that Remy Venet was only 50 seconds ahead of me, so I was trying to catch him. Finally, I did 1.5 kilometers to the finish line and I got third. And here she goes, Ruth Croft, on her first appearance in the Golden Trail World Series 2019, takes the win and makes a statement that she came here to compete.
Yeah, it was just, how you come into that open part to the ski slope up, climbing up to La Flégère. I passed Sylvia maybe 200 meters before that.
Second is Silvia Rampazzo from Italy. She played a very smart race and got rewarded with the second position.
Actually, when I finished, I thought I was number 4. So I don't actually know when I passed people. When they told me to come to take a photo of the 3 first, and I was like, was I number 3?
Let's have a look at the leaderboard after this race. On the men's leaderboard, Bart climbs to the top, establishing himself as the new leader. Second, we have Stian Angerman, consolidating his second spot with another 4th finish. Third is Thibaut Varonian, after finishing today on the 6th spot. In the 4th position, Andy Wacker finished 10th today, but he gave us a good show. Since Kilian didn't compete here in Mont Blanc, he goes down to the 5th position. On the women's leaderboard, the rookie Eliane confirms that she's more than ready to be here. She consolidates herself as the leader and gains a little bit more advantage over the rest. In second, we have Amandine Ferraro, and third is Mercedes Pila from Ecuador. In the 4th position, we have the Basque Country's Ollana. She's been very consistent on the last 2 races. And in the 5th position, and earning 100 points, we have Ruth Croft that took the victory today in the Marathon du Mont Blanc.
So you can stop to be serious for a few days, huh?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I will take 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay, that's fine. Me too. Maybe I start to be serious for 2 weeks and then I will start to be normal again.
It should.
The race is finally over. Ruth Croft won, Davide Manini won as well, and now we just want to go to Dolomites Run and see what will happen there. See you in Canazei!
It has been an incredible weekend here in Chamonix Valley. It was a really hot heat battle, and I think now it's time to cool down. Let's go up to Mont Blanc.
Hello guys, greetings from Mont Blanc from the top of the Alps. See you in 3 weeks in the Dolomites Trail Race in Italy. Yes.
Last year in the Dolomites Run, Stian Angerman broke the Essen record. But that wasn't enough to break Kilian's record from 2013. Angerman came in first over the young gun Stian Arvik from Norway and the local boy Nadir Maged. The 3 of them came in really close with only a 1-minute gap in between. In the women's race, the Catalan runner Lara Orge started really strong and pushed real hard on the uphill to get a good advantage over the other girls. Hillary and Sana had a tight battle trying to catch Laura, who managed to keep the lead and win the Dolomites Run, followed by USA's Hillary Girardi and the Swedish Sana Elcott. Get ready to run up to the top of the Piz Boe with a vertical climb of over 1,700 meters. It's the steepest climb on the Golden Trail World Series. When you get to the top, you can touch the sky, surrounded by the most amazing sceneries of the Dolomites.